Welcome back to the Code to Enhance Learning's Advanced Web Development video series. In this video series, we are learning advanced web development using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So, by the end of this series, you will be able to create your own amazing website and application to express and solve the problems. In this Theme 2 Lesson 9, Guess the Letter, we will be making our game more exciting. By the end of today's video, you will be able to create a game where user can guess letter one by one to find the correct word. So let's start working on it. Today's lesson is to create a program where a random number is selected from a list and the user has to guess it by entering one letter at a time. You will be writing code that displays dashes on the screen based on the length of the word, and every time a correct letter is guessed, the letter will be replaced the dash in its position. You will also be using the prompt method, which will simply way to take input from the user. Start with task 1. Open your previously saved file. We will create a word list using an array. First, we have created an array. For example, apple, banana and mango. We create a list of words using an array and store it in a variable called word list. This array includes 3 fruit names. These are the possible words that player might get in the game. Next, we create a variable called list length and store the length of the word list. Then, we declare 2 more variables, word and dash word. Word will store the selected word from our list, and dash word is an empty array where we will keep the underscore representing each letter of the word. Next, we are using two methods, mat.random along with mat.floor. Breaking down it, mat.random gives us a random number between 0 to 1. When we will multiply that by the length of our word list, we get a number between 0 and just under 3. Then mat.floor round it down to the nearest whole number. So we end up with 0, 1 or 2, which are the valid indices for our word list. Next, we calculate the length of the selected word and store it in a variable called word length. This tells us how many letters or dashes we need to show. Now we use a for loop to go from 0 to 1 less than the word length. Inside the loop, we fill our dash word array with underscore character, one for each letter in the word. This is how we create the visual blanks that represent a hidden letter. Then we display these dashes on the web page by updating the HTML of the element with ID show word. We use dashword.join to join all the dashes into a single string with no space in between and show it in the game. Finally, we log some information to the browser console using console.log. It tries to show the selected word, its length, and the word variable on the screen. Our task 1 is completed here. Now we can check it with the live server. Now we can move towards the next part of the video. Now let's understand the prompt method. The prompt function shows a pop-up dialog box in the browser asking the user for the input. If the user clicks OK and enters something, that input is returned as a string. If they press OK without typing anything, it returns as empty. And if they press cancel, it returns null. Here we can see a simple example. We can ask the user their name using prompt, what is your name, and then show a welcome message using alert, good morning. Now let's move on to the task 2. Now we will write a code to ask the user to guess one letter at a time using prompt. After they enter a letter, we will check if it is exit in a word. If it does, we will replace the corresponding dash with the letter. This part of the code will run inside a loop to check each letter of the word. We will also keep track of how many letters are left to guess, and once the user has guessed all letters correctly, we will show a congratulation message. begin with code, we are using the prompt method to open a small dialog box on the screen. This allows the user to type one letter, their guess for what might be the word. Once they click OK, the value they type is stored in the variable called guess. Now we want to check if the letter they guess is actually part of the word. To do this, we use a for loop. This loop goes through each letter of the word one by one. So if the word is mango, it will check each letter from the list to the last. Inside the loop, we have an if condition. This checks if the letter at the current position in J in the word match the user guess. If it is does, that means the guess letter is correct and it's a part of the word. When the guess is correct, we update the dash word array. Dash word equal to guess replace the dash at the position J with the actual letter guessed by the user. Right after that, we use document.getElementById. This line updates the text inside our show word heading so the player can see the correctly guessed letter replacing the dash. So each time the player clicks the guess button and enter a letter, this function checks if against the letter word and update the screen if it's correct. If the guess letter appear multiple times in the word, it will reveal all of them at once. Now, opening with a live server, we can check the output of our project. Now, it's time to test your understanding with a quick quiz. So, the first question is, what is prompt method? And the answer is option D. Next question, which of the following is a correct program to ask user to input their name? And the answer is option C. This is the end of our lesson. Hope you have liked this video and understood everything. We will continue this in the next lesson, in the next video. Thank you.